I am going to try to trade every day if possible. At first, I used to struggle because I thought I knew what I was looking at, or I thought I knew what I was doing, and I wound up losing like a lot of money. It's not a lot compared to like how much some other people lose, but just compared to me and my financial situation, um, it's a lot. So, uh, what I used to do was I used to look at the chart and then not even look at the chart. I used to log on to Robinhood and I used to look at that chart and I used to be like, hey, I feel like the market is going to do this. Mind you, this is like 2020, 2021 before, Robinhood kind of upgraded itself. Um, and that's how I used to trade. I lost the most money doing that, if I'm being honest. The second way that I started doing it, because I eventually found out about TradingView, is that I would, look at the chart and I would be like, hey, it looked like, the stock is doing this, whether it's going up or going down. And I lost money doing that because though it was more successful than what I was doing in the beginning. Because you can like eyeball a chart and be like, "Hey, it looks like it's gonna do this," and you could be absolutely right. But at the same time, you could be absolutely wrong. Like, hey, it looked like it's gonna go up and it can shoot up a little bit and then drop. Then I started to be like, I am losing a lot, so let me try to figure out how to not lose so much, or let me get it to the range where what if even if I'm losing more, like if I go throughout this week and I am like I I I do everything correctly twice, but not even not say. Let me say, I go through all the steps, and it only goes my way twice, and the other 3 days it doesn't. Then I don't take as big of a loss because those 2 days, are going to be super profitable than what I am losing. So it went into all these like technicals and stuff, and I was like. No, I know, like, I don't need that. Like, I don't need all these indicators. What I need is like the simplest way to trade. And for me, that was supply and demand. Like, hey, stock capping out up here, stock capping out down here. You can hit it between these two. Like if it bounces, usually when it comes down right here, it's gonna bounce and go up. And usually when it comes right here, it bounces and goes down. Doesn't mean that it will always do that. It's just like I forgot what you call it, but it's like one of the indicators. Like, hey, along with everything else that you have put together, you should be like, hey, because this is happening and this is happening and this is happening, that this should happen. Which doesn't always mean like that will happen. It just give you that confidence, like, hey, I can get in this trade because I feel like this will happen. That was after supply and demand. Like I got into supply and demand, and I was still doing the same thing where I was winning, losing, but it wasn't no real confidence behind it. Um, So after supply and demand, I learned how to do. This is like coming into like this year. So I was on and off like with the stocks because I'm like, I know that, if I can get this right, that, I could replace my job, or, this can be like some extra income. But it was just like the inconsistency on my part of being like, hey, I'm in and then I'm out because, it's not working how I wanted to work. Then I'm in because, I needed to work, then I'm out. And it kept being this whole back and forth thing. So now it's like I'ma just stay in. I learned top down analysis, where I start off with the day, and then I work my way down to the 5 minute, and then I find my entry like that. Uh, Last week, I think I traded like 2 days. Mind you, I didn't start with a large amount of money, but I know the money doesn't matter. It's like the percentage. So I started last week. Went my way. I made 3 trades because my first trade, I believe, was with Spy, um, and it was like a in and out thing, and I think it was like 14%. The second trade, I can't. Well, the third trade, because the first two was with Spy, and the second trade I can't remember who it was with. So I was like, that's fine. The third trade, I will have to go look. Not third, the fourth trade that happened this week. I forgot the percentage, but I was like, my goal isn't my goal isn't to try to home run it and make all the money that I can right now. Like on my Robinhood account, I am almost down $2,000, but it's not it's not as bad as it seems, because like most of that was lost like in the beginning when I had no clue as to what I was doing, and it was lost on PayPal. So I'm trying to be this. My mindset is like, hey, let's take last week. If last week I was like, hey, this week, I traded, I won this day, or my analysis was right this day, and it went my way, and then it like did all that throughout the week where it was right and incorrect. And I made $10. My goal this week is to make 20 or 15. Like, I don't want to go like, hey, this week I made 10, then next week I made 10, because I'm also using that other money. Like, I know that like losses do happen, but I'm not like really focused like, oh man, I lost this, and I got to like go and get it back, or no, I'm taking this slowly. So I think last week, because last week I started with like $14. Let me just put the numbers out there. Last week I started with $14. I made five. Right. So this week I came in like, hey, this is what I am trying to do. I'm trying to beat five. So yesterday I made five or four. It's weird how it works, but I made like four, and then today I lost eight, because of volume. Like today I traded block or XYZ, and though I charted it right, and like I was like, hey, this is I did my top down analysis. I worked it all the way down to the 5 minutes. I drew my fib, drew my bar as to where I needed it to go, and then it like shot up in the morning, and then it came back down into like where I needed it to go, and then it started to go back up. So it wasn't like the hugest like shoot up, but it went up, it came down, and then when it came back inside like the zone where I needed to buy, I was like, okay, this is my chance. So it was like going up slowly, and I was like, okay, I know like because of how this day is going that I'm not going to be able to watch it like I want to. So I'm gonna just set a stop on it, and I set it at like $15. This was a $19 trade for me to get into, or something like that. So I really don't know how my account went down. Like, let me not say that. The stop I put on there was like 15. The trade cost 19, and it was like a stop loss. I forgot the name of it, but it went down to 15, and I was like, why didn't you sell? But this was after the fact because I already knew how my day was going. So I was like, I was like, oh my God. So I was like, all right. When I look back at it, I was like, okay, I had it at 15, but it didn't sell right there. That would mean it sold off at 11 instead of 15, or it sold off at 10 instead of 15 because of how it works. I'm gonna keep trying to update you guys like on the trading journey. If I am correct, when I go back tomorrow, I might not trade block ever again because of the volume, and I need like high volume so that even like the smallest move will like earn me money, because I just need like the money right now so that I can get into bigger trades. I will let you guys know how it goes tomorrow.